大家好，我是 Teacher Ben， 我很兴奋可以跟你介绍我设计的崭新自然发音学习的方法。自然发音很重要，学生刚开始的时候，所以我们设计一个比较新的主意。这个自然发音会专心他们的体力跟说的能力。这些书的跟其他的差别是，其他的书会比较专心单字，还是有字幕，可是我们的会比较专心字幕跟短母音。短母音很重要，因为学生可以学英文很久很久，可是还不能分别短母音，所以我们觉得短母音很重要。我要说对不起，因为我的中文不是很好，所以我要开始说英文，所以我可以比较清楚跟你解释我的方法跟我的学习。So now I'll begin speaking English. Our first book that we use is called Train Phonics, and it's the trainer. The trainer is to have students practice using letters and writing letters. When they first begin, they begin by learning how to write the letter A. A is a very important letter when learning because of the stroke order, 笔画. When students learn how to write the letter A, they're able to write the letter G, Q, and D, which are all the same stroke order. Then students have an easier time telling the difference between a B and a D. The books will use a simple format where they first will review the past lesson or one of the lessons before. They have a review box and they will write the proper letter, and then after that they will begin writing the new letter. For this example, it would be G. After they've written the examples of G all the way to the bottom, a parent or teacher can say the sound, the target sound, for example, g, g, goat. Now the student will be asked to circle the goat and then color. When the students finish coloring, the teacher or parent can go on to the next one, and so on and so on. The book does not follow the same format as A, B, C, D, E, F, G because, as I mentioned earlier, the stroke order is more important here. 笔画. After the students have finished the trainer, they're ready to begin Train Phonics Book 1. Now, Train Phonics Book 1 is a little bit different than most phonics books because these are not real words. They're actual sounds that are in real words. The beginning, what will happen here is the teacher will make the sound, for example, number 1, ack. Now the student will circle the letter or circle the answer and then write the answer after number 1. Number 2, axe. Again, the student will circle the right answer and then write it in the correct box. If a student makes a mistake, the teacher or parents should correct them as they do it and not after. The format of the books goes through all the short vowels at the beginning and ending consonants and slowly develops their ability to hear the sound and then record it. A very important practice in this book is after they've written all 6 answers, a parent or teacher should ask them to read it back to them. These are 2 completely different skills and both very important. So for example, if the answer was here, I would say of, ul, ud. Now if you have a classroom, students can be coloring in the box provided at the bottom. The books go through a simple systematic way of getting a little bit more and more difficult as it goes through. By page 31, we're now actually in single syllable words. Again, some of the words are not real words, but they're also very important in the English language. After you've completed book 1, you're now ready to go on to Book 2. Book 2 is much the same as Book 1 and starts again with short vowel and ending consonant. Again, as mentioned, if after they've written the answer, parents or teachers should ask them to read them back, as they're both important. Now, Book 2 begins teaching blends, beginning blends, initial blends. And the teacher, the same thing, the initial blend and the short vowel and the ending consonant will all be together. As they go through the book, they'll be gaining lots and lots of skills on how to recognize letters and sound them out. What I haven't mentioned is that in Book 1 and Book 2, the answers are provided at the top. After completing Book 2, the students will move on to Book 3. Now, when starting Book 3, it's a little bit different for the students because there are no answers at the top of the page. Students must rely completely on their listening skills. Another difference is there's an illustrated story at the bottom where students are able to practice their reading skills and also learn new words. We've added 50 of the most highest frequency words in these illustrated stories. As the book goes on, it's constantly reviewing past lessons and adding new lessons. For example, blends, beginning blends, will also be reviewed from Book 2 in Book 3. Now students will be ready to begin Book 4. Book 4 is also like Book 3, that there are no answers at the top of the page and students must rely completely on listening skills. The illustrated stories are a little bit different, that now they have a target lesson. For example, on page 1, there's a target lesson of OA, which makes the long vowel sound O. This is very helpful as it will round out their phonics skills. Book 4 will also begin teaching long vowels, teaching it from short vowels. So students will learn the difference between a short vowel and a long vowel just from their listening. As the book goes on, and by the end of the long vowel lesson, students will be able to completely rely on listening skills and write down words that are beginning blends, ending blends, short vowel and long vowel words. I would like to now take this time to introduce our block phonics. Block phonics is a really interesting way for students to practice their phonics skills. As you can see here, the blocks are made up of joinable pieces. What is concentrated here is the short vowels and the ending consonants. Now, students will be able to mix and match beginning consonants with the short vowel and ending consonants. For example, og, dog, sat, bat. These are very crucial parts of learning how to sound out letters. And if you click on games, you'll be able to learn more about the fun games we have included in the block phonics. Thank you for taking this time with me. I hope you've enjoyed our short introduction to trained phonics and block phonics.